Alright, I got just way too many projects going on right now. I've got 3 Hondas out there. I got a 95 EX manual, all the cars are manual, 96 EX, 88 HF, 91 HF. Picked up some SI rims for this car. It originally, when I bought it, it had a set of VX rims, which are the bottom 4 here, and then I picked up a set of LS meshes I was going to put on it, and these things are freaking heavy. I had no idea how heavy those things are. I had a set of BBS rims. Those are extremely light, 9 pounds, extremely expensive too. Those are $1,000 a rim, and the center caps are $150 a piece. So I'm trying to be able. I also picked up a set of Integra seats out of a 99. They have all the adjustable, lumbar support. The seats are in good condition themselves. The upholstery is not, but the cushions are in really good shape, so it can be reupholstered. We got a tear down here, and there's some, wear here, but other than that, this is a nice friggin' seat. The only problem is it doesn't fit in the car. So what I did was I took the tracks off of the original HF seats, and I tried bolting them to this seat, but it didn't line up. What ended up happening was the seat was shifted way far over, and the seats almost, hit the ceiling in this car. And I'm 5'6", so that I like having the seats up higher. I really would like to have these seats in here. So what my next plan to do is I went and bought a piece of flat bar that is, I believe this is 3/16 of an inch thick, and it's 2 inches wide, if memory serves me correctly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out, I think it said 10 feet long, I don't know, and it fit in the back of my 95 EJ1 EX. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 pieces, and I'm going to try to tack them together and drill holes and be able to attach the seat to these frame rails. And if I can do that, I'm going to do it for the other side, because I've got the other seat back there. And then I've got these rear disc brakes came out of a 92 Integra. And let me go get another part upstairs. Okay, so I bought these off of eBay. These are for a 90 to 93 Acura Integra, I believe. And these trailing arm bushings, they are smaller in diameter by a little bit in comparison to the 91 CRX. And I think a couple other ones, I don't remember, but that might be the only one. So all these trailing arms are the same, and the disc brakes are the same size, and the calipers, and yada yada yada. These are not. So it's a good thing that these didn't come with the kit, because I got a entire energy suspension kit for basically an 89 to 91, and with the lower control arms. I may have to use the lower control arms out of something else. I just realized that. Oh well, not a big deal. Oh wait, no, the lower control arms are on here now. I don't know. I have not had enough sleep. This is another disc brake setup. Guess my flash went out. This is out of a 91 Acura Integra sedan. So one good thing, one bad thing. Good thing is the rear sway bar is 15.6 millimeters, I think, versus 14.9. So it's a thicker sway bar. Bad thing is the parking brake cables are too long. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to make it work. If not, I'll just have to get different parking brake cables. Not a big deal. But it's going to go on this car, and this is my junkyard CRX. This is for going and getting parts, so I just want it to work. And it's the first time I've done rear disc brake conversion, so I figured I'd do it on this car. And I picked these up cheap. It was, I think, Memorial Day sale. I got these for $67. About killed myself while I was out there. I couldn't get this bolt to come off of this trailing arm, and so I just had to keep twisting it and twisting it and twisting it until it finally broke and sheared apart. These are two of the front shocks for the CRX. Got them in one box. And I bought these as a set and from Advanced Auto, and then realized that the rear only fit in 88, and by doing this rear disc brake conversion, it is not going to work. So I returned them. Like 10 months later, they allowed me to return them, and they gave me full money back, all my money back, because I did not use them. And then they sent me this one, which is the correct one for a 89 to 91 CRX SI, and they sent me one of these, which is a much nicer shock, much more expensive. And let's just pull it out. So now you can kind of see the differences. There's not a whole lot, but different color and a little bit more expensive. So anyway, they gave me an RMA to send this one back and send a replacement. And I'm sorry, send this one back and then get a replacement of this one. And wouldn't you know it, went to the thought that was zoomed in. Went to the post office to pick it up, and they sent me another GR2. So I called up Advance, told them the deal. They said, do both GR2s fit your vehicle? I said, yes, they do. I believe so. It's alright, hold on a second. Let me see if I can just get you to keep those. So they allowed me to keep these. Asked them what you want me to do with the third shock. Never received an RMA, so just go ahead and keep that for your trouble. So got a free shock out of it. Don't know what I'm going to do with one extra shock, but nice to have. So that's another project. Still working on the AC. I've been waiting for my brake lines to come in. Cheapest I found was at Parts Geek. They sold these. They were, I think, like $15 a piece, but they hit you with almost $10 worth of shipping. No tax. So this came to, like, I think $38 and some odd cents. And these are the brake lines. So now I'll have new brake lines. I wish I would have just disconnected the old brake lines, saved myself the hassle. Instead I just cut them off because I didn't want to fool with it. I was tired of being in the heat. But so now I got both of these, so I can start this project as well. Move on to the next one. AC stuff. Need to replace the receiver dryer in the 96. I got a receiver driver for the 95. Also expansion valve for both. I think the expansion valves are the same because those two receiver dryers are different part numbers. Oh, God, I've got all these tool bins I need to freaking organize. I got those tool bins there. Parts bins, I shouldn't say tools. I got a VTEC solenoid gasket for $10 off a guy on Craigslist. Had to probably spend $5 to drive to get it, but this is like a $40+ part from Honda. And then I've got a equivalent of a D15Z1. This is the JDM version. This engine looked absolutely perfect when I first got it, but I soda blasted the car, and that soda got under the hood, and then moisture got to it and just rusted every single thing. So if you ever soda blast something, make sure you spray it down with a lot of water and probably a solution of vinegar to neutralize it. That was a huge mistake that luckily I didn't do on an engine I cared too much about. This engine doesn't have high horsepower. It only has like 90 something, which would be a lot for a CRX. However, I've got a D15Z7 here, which will produce about 130 horsepower and still gets you 50 miles to the gallon. This is a EK3 VTI engine clip that also has, you know, everything on it. The only thing it's missing is body panels. The whole dash is in there. The cluster is right there. I got extra clusters up there. JDM tail lights. I think that's the 91HF exhaust manifold. Power windows for an EF, from an EF for an ED. At least that's what's going to go in. Back behind there, you're not going to be able to see. I've got, or actually, is it back there? No, I think it's back there. I've got doors with the door panels and power motors, the mirrors, the folding mirrors, the power windows, power. I don't think it has power locks though, but I could be wrong. I don't believe it does. Those are all the body panels out of the EJ1. I was taken out to clean it, and I've got tint. This is pre-cut tint for the EJ1. This is regular tint, and then this is mirror tint for a home, for residential, which I've had for probably 10 years, left over from another house that I tinted. So I need to tint this car, tint that car, go outside and look in the trunk of the other cars. This is a 88 SI transmission, which is going to mate up to the 88 HF engine. I wanted a steeper gear transmission for low-end torque, and that engine already has low-end torque. This is a brake booster out of I think that was also the 99 Integra, and it had ABS with a 1-inch master cylinder, and this is going to be a conversion I do later. I'm going to add this brake booster on. I forgot to get the key that goes through here and the cotter pin. I left that behind. I will definitely have to get one out of a junkyard for that, unless the current brake booster will fit it. Let's see what's in the hatch. In here, these are the disc brakes off of the front, the knuckles, from a 91 CRX. And they're, I believe, only 9.5 inches. I'm really considering taking these back. I don't know if this is a knockoff or if this is a real made in the USA. This might be a Diamond Steely. I'm not sure. I need to get these lug nuts off. This is another project, and I either need to keep these or return them. But I couldn't get the there was no way to bust the nut free on these, so I just had to cut the axles and take every frickin' thing with me. This was $200 on a 50% off day, and I boogered those up right there with the pickle fork. And I'm really considering just taking these back, and I may just keep the knuckles, and that's the only thing I keep. But for, you know, an increase of an HF is 9-inch. Now I've got all brand new brakes on this car too. 9-inch rotor going up to a 9.5. Really not worth it. It's hard to find a 9091 Civic EX with 10.3, I believe it is. And there may even be better aftermarket, bigger rotors. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. This is another project yet I still need to finish or start. Here's the mounts. The other mount is, I think it might be over there actually, on the shelf. This is for putting a 92 to 2000 engine and transmission into a CRX. This is from Innovative Mounts, and these things are awesome. I had an engine transmission in, but didn't actually end up hooking it up. Those axles I need to have warrantied out, get new ones. There's just so much stuff to be done, and I need to make more room in here. So that's about it. Where I'm gonna start, I do not know, but I gotta free up some space so I can start working on something, and I don't really want to start welding right now with all this crap. I'm gonna have to start stacking more tires and rims and doing something else, but can't think of anything else. Oh gosh, those are all parts for the 91 Miata long nose crank that I've never put in either. Water pump, timing belt, belt tensioners. I think I need to buy a gasket set for it as well. Those are 91 HF block and transmission, and there's AC compressors in there, and timing belt covers, and pulleys, and engine mount brackets, and you name it. Old clutches, and there's my welding stuff down there. And there's my steamer in there. That thing is amazing. So today I'm going to do something, and what that's going to be, I don't know.